What is up, YouTube? It is Vraycon back with another video. Today we're gonna go over the big news from yesterday from New World being delayed again. Yes, guys, the MMO community is struggling for a new MMO, and we get another delay. But I want to go over it and talk about it. Talk about the new notes that they talked about they're changing and putting in the game, the contents, why I think it's delayed. Is it good or bad? Kind of want to go over those details, and discuss it. You know, this is a non-scripted video. It's gonna be my random thoughts that I've had over the last 24 hours on this topic. So, before we get started, I do want to let you know I do stream on Twitch. I'll put my Twitch link below. I play mainly MMOs, but I will dabble in some other games as well on occasion. But I love to come on and just talk about the genre, and love to have you. And if you like the video, hit like, subscribe. But let's jump right in, guys. So anybody that's been following the game knows it was supposed to launch last August. Then it got delayed till May, and now it's delayed till August again. So we're back another August. And this is a double-edged sword, guys. It's good news and bad news at the same time. Let's start off with the bad news. There comes a point where when you keep delaying the game multiple times, customers will naturally, from just a psychological standpoint, will start to lose interest in the game. Then they start to cancel their pre-orders. They start looking for other games, and the hype behind it just slowly starts to die down. You can't keep you just can't keep putting it off, putting the date off, the release date off. So that's kind of part of the negative. Now, I do think if you can be patient and live with it, this is by far a positive. I know it sucks right now. I know it sucks. But you get one shot of launch. You do not want to screw that up, because you will lose customers forever. Even if you fix the game a year later, you will lose those customers forever a lot of times in MMOs, and then move on to other games. Because there is a lot of MMOs in development right now. I'm following the genre like in and out. There's been a lot of announcements in the past year for upcoming MMOs. But when it was, I want to make a full disclosure. I've only played the game twice. I played it last July and last August. I knew when I finished the game, the preview last August, that the game was not near ready. It just felt awkward. That's the best way I can put it. It felt awkward. Didn't have enough content. Nothing stood out. There's nothing in the game that I was like, wow, this is awesome. It was just blah. Didn't excite you. And then I thought there were some issues with the game, and that needed to be fixed and worked on. And I do think they have listened to the community since then pretty good. Everything I've read, I don't know how it's been implemented because I've not played the game since then. But some of the changes, like the combat changes, the global cooldowns to the weapons have been changed. Incredible change, incredible. They've supposedly added more quests or updating the quest system somehow. They moved the weapons from 3 weapons to 2 weapons, which 3 weapons I think was just ridiculous. No reason. You should have a sword and shield, a mage staff, and a healing staff at the same time. That don't even make sense to me. And you know, they've added more variety to like buildings and cities and things like that, which really kind of helps bring the game alive, instead of everything being kind of cookie cutter. Little things like that do make a difference. It don't get talked about. It's kind of like soundtracks. Nobody talks about soundtracks much, but soundtracks are massive in games. It brings out emotion. It brings the feelings, connects you with the world, and yeah. So those but I think overall, it's, if we can be patient and realize it's better for the long term of the game, this is a positive. And I don't think the game is going to be where it should be in August. I personally wish they would not have put a release date out and would have just said, listen, guys, we need to delay this. We need to get this thing close to being finished. As soon as it's very close, we will make an announcement for release, and then we'll do a beta, and basically then try to tweak out last little bit of bugs in the beta, and then move into launch. I wish game companies would stop putting out release dates way before the game's finished, because all you do is piss customers off. I don't see a lot of benefit from it. You can finish the game, put out a release date 3 months later, run a beta or two, and it's fine. But finish the game and then run a beta, because even when the game's finished, there's still bugs in the game. Things need to be tweaked. So you finish the game, then you put out a release date 3 months later and run a beta a month later, and then run another beta a month later, and then just try to tweak out some bugs. That's what I think should be done. I wish they would have pushed the date. If they did the release date, I wish they would have put it in November. So it would have still been 2021, but gave them plenty of time to do what they needed to do. But we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Wait and see how it goes. I want to just touch on these notes right here that they posted yesterday. So they say they've revamped the crafting system. Is it good, bad? I don't know. Haven't played with it yet, so I don't know. They added fishing. I don't really care much about that, but there are people that enjoy it. So more things you can add to the game, I'm all for. They polished the combat system, which I think needed to be polished more. I don't know what that means. Quest variety definitely was a massive problem in the preview. Quest variety was horrible. Expanded weapon and armor variety, yes, they need to do that. People like their characters to look cool, to look different. They want to feel weapons and armor progressing as they level up too. You don't want to be wearing the same armor at level 10 as level 30 from a look standpoint. They said continue to add games to mid-game and in-game content. So let's go right here. So one thing they did, they added a new in-game zone called Ebbscale's Reach. Can't complain about that. Just more in-game content. My guess is there'll probably be a dungeon in it or something like that. I'm not sure. And that brings us here. This is the biggest news, I think, since the preview by far. It is dungeons. You have to have dungeons in MMO, period. Bar none. I don't think you can make one without it. I'm sure there's been MMOs without dungeons in them. That's been, but I think it's the number one thing you gotta have in a dungeon. In an MMORPG, the number one piece of content you gotta have is dungeons. I put raids in that category too. But you have to have some type of dungeons in the game. I think it's the number one content, period. And they're adding this. I don't know how many it's going to be at launch. That's what scares me. That's why I wish the game was pushed back farther. They'll have a couple of these in launch. I don't think they'll have enough. You know? I mean, there's games that have dungeons every 5 levels or 8 levels in a game. There may be only 2 leveling up. I don't know yet. We'll wait and see. But it is a positive move in that direction. You got the Outpost Reach, which is a battleground 20 versus 20. Incredible. I like PvE and PvP. So this is not going to be a small battleground. It's going to be a little bit bigger than a lot of MMOs that maybe have 4v4 or some a little bigger than others. But I like the 20 versus 20, man. It's a little bigger battleground. So we'll have to wait to see how it is. See if it's fun. See if it's designed well. But that's a positive too. Gives us more in-game content, which is great. I don't know what the rewards are going to be. Hopefully there's some good rewards from doing this, whether it's gear or cosmetics or a mount. Definitely throw a mount on there. They need to throw some kind of mount, because I think they're adding mounts to the game. I think so. I think I read that. Put that below in the comments if you know that answer. So that's basically it. So I think, guys, it sucks, guys. I feel you on this. I wish it was going to be out in May and finished, but it's best in the long run. We just got to stay patient. We've been patient long enough. But they need to just, I know a lot of these gamers are, these, I don't know. They need to hire more people. I don't want to overwork people. But they need to grind away and get this thing finished as much as possible by August and release a good game. It's August 31st is the release date. But I'd rather hire more people than overwork people and kill them, Not literally kill them, but you know what I'm saying? Make them just overworked, and if that makes sense. So I want to throw a little loophole. So anybody that knows me personally, they know I've been playing a little bit of Lost Ark. That's what I've been streaming a lot of in the past 6 weeks. And anybody knows that game, knows it's an MMO and it's being published by Amazon Games. So I know I had a theory that they didn't want to release New World and Lost Ark too close together. I was saying 3 months apart. Lost Ark's supposed to be out this year, so I think if this comes out in August, I think probably, now this is just a guess, guys. I think you're looking at May for Lost Ark, or you're looking at November. It could be maybe October or June. I don't see him launching these games, 30 or even 45 days within each other. I think they probably won't 3 months apart. I don't think Amazon wants to basically publish 2 MMOs back to back to kind of hurt their profit. I just don't think they'll do it. So that's kind of a little twist on this subject right here, guys. Guys, let me know what you think. Tell me if you're going to be patient with the game and deal with it. If you're canceling your pre-order, and just overall thoughts, put the comments below, and I appreciate it. What I'm gonna do now, guys, I'm gonna just play the video of the developers from yesterday. If you've not seen it yet, I'm gonna play that next to end the video, so you can kind of check that out if you've not seen it. And guys, again, follow me on Twitch. Come hang out on Twitch. I'll put my Twitch link in the description. And hit like, subscribe if you enjoy this video. And here's the video from the developers yesterday. And guys, you be safe out there. And I'm out of here. Here's the video.
Hi there, I'm Scott Lane, Game Director on New World. I'm here to talk to you about our progress, our plans, and our launch date. So last summer we communicated that New World would launch this spring and that the team was going to focus on adding more mid and end game content. Since then, we've identified a few very compelling features that just wouldn't make that time frame, and we believe these features are going to transform the game, so we're going to take the time to add them before we put New World in your hands. New World's going to launch August 31st, 2021. This gives us not only enough time to implement those features, but to tune and polish them along with the entire experience. Closed beta is going to be on July 20th, and I really hope some of you come take an early look at the game. I'd like to take a few minutes and share what we're going to be working on between now and launch. First, we're adding another endgame zone, Ebonscale Reach. This is a territory of lush wetlands and towering cliffs where an exiled empress is building a corrupted fleet that could be a threat to the entire world. Now on to those features. First one I want to talk about is Expeditions. These are 5-player instance adventures into the darkest corners of Aeternum, where players are going to face the most dire threats on the island and uncover more layers into the mysteries of the lore, including secrets behind the source of the corruption, the ulterior motives of the Angry Earth, and the deeper menace behind the Soulless Lost. So now I'd like to tell you just a little bit about Outpost Rush. Outpost Rush is an endgame mode that calls players to a primordial river basin filled with forgotten ancient technologies and hidden sources of the powerful and volatile Azoth. Here you're going to battle in 20 versus 20 teams over multiple strongholds, and you're going to use strategic resources not only to fortify your positions, but to boost your power for assaults. Expeditions and Outpost Rush are big features for us leading up to launch, but we've also made a lot of progress since the preview event. I'm sure some of you have played or seen Reekwater, an endgame zone we added. We've also added fishing, we've done a full revamp to crafting, we added hundreds and hundreds of weapons and gear pieces, we've really improved combat, and we've added a lot of quest variety. All of this is in direct response to your feedback from the preview. And let me tell you, there's a lot more to come. For those of you who played in the preview event, I think you're really going to enjoy the changes and additions we've made. Getting our mid and end game right is critical to the game experience, and adding new features, it takes time. At the end of the day, shipping a high quality, polished experience is our top priority, and we plan to do just that.